Hi, I'm Joe from GCBC. This is another one of our admin reviews. I got a product recently. I've reached out to OXO to try to get a hold of some of their other products as well. But for the time being, they sent me out their Good Grips pour over with hot water tank. The box is right here. Good Grips. I looked them up. They're about $15 on Amazon currently. It's a good price. These do a very great job of brewing coffee. However, there are some other products that are very similar in their concept. I'll talk about that. One of them is the Freiling Gold. There's also just a normal pour over. What this does is eliminate the need for having to hover over the pour over and do the perfect pour. This has its own basically brew head that you pour into the water, and then it disperses the water for you. It's a great benefit. It's nice. I like it personally because one of my biggest reasons not to do a pour over is I know it's going to take some time for me to sit over it, wet it first, let it bloom for 30 seconds, and then go for it. I do recommend that you do still do the bloom for 30 seconds, and definitely do not forget to pre-wet your filter if you're using the brown paper filters for various reasons, mainly because it imparts a negative coffee flavor. But the 30-second bloom is great. You just pour it in first. I don't know if I'll do that on this review, but you pour it in first, let it sit for 30 seconds, and then go ahead and pour in your coffee to go ahead and start going. So it works either way. It produces a great cup of coffee, but these are little techniques that you can borrow from pour over and apply it to this, because this is in essence an automatic style pour over. So here is the OXO Good Grips brewer. It comes with a water tank. It has some holes right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put it right here. And it's got a lid. This lid is a double purpose lid that also acts as a drip holder when you're done. Here's the filters. They are the brown paper that come with it. I highly recommend switching to white paper filters if you're going to use it, or if you are a Freiling Gold, Swiss Gold person, you might be able to find a #2 gold filter for it that will work as well. But the problem with these brown filters is that they impart a lot of flavor that you don't want in your coffee, namely cardboard. So unless you like cardboard coffee, then go ahead and stick with these. If you don't, go to white filters or go to gold filters such as this one. These are the Freiling Gold, which used to be Swiss Gold. Freiling is a company that is either the parent company or bottom out, one of the two. This is a very similar concept. This is the Freiling Gold 1-cupper. It has a very similar shower screen. It has a similar concept in that it has a pour over such as this. This has ridges for paper. This does not have anything for paper. And then this has the filter on the bottom, whereas this would have the filter on the sides. It has a gold screen, but this screen is made with little cuts. And so it's a very similar product. The one advantage to this product over this is that it's really compact and really easy to carry. It also had a lid that also did the same thing, that substitutes as a drip tray. But I've long lost that. However, when I go camping or if I'm going traveling, I usually throw this in my backpack because it takes up no space at all. It's very light and it gets the job done well. One of the big differences, I should say, is that see how low this goes into the brew basket? So it only has a head clearance of about that. What is that, an inch? When your coffee swells, it can cause it to actually vapor lock. So you have to do these little tricks to try to get it to not do that. However, it's a very similar concept. I mean, it's almost identical. Aside from this is giving you a lot more headroom, and the filter that you can add to it, and where it benefits from that, which is a really good benefit actually, it is a much more significant thing to take and travel. It comes apart in various pieces. It doesn't fit together nicely. It just rests on there. So in traveling, I don't know that I would prefer to bring this, but if I had room in my luggage, I would, because it does make a better coffee, and it's a little more true to a brew process. However, in a pinch, you can pick one of these up too. They're nice. I like them. Same price. They're within $1 of each other. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pre-wet the filter and remove all the horrible cardboard flavors from these types of filters. If you ever need to test and see what kind of flavor these impart, you can perform what I'm gonna do now and then just taste the water. And you can see, oh yeah, that tastes familiar from when I brew into these kinds of filters. It tastes like cardboard. So here's just the pour over part of the brewer. As you can see, it's really high quality plastic. It's actually a really nicely made product. Here's one of my favorite mugs of all time, made by my friend Mike DeBro. And here's the filter. If you don't know this, you're supposed to fill or fold the along the ridges here. You just fold it, down here and then over this way. And you put it in. I see in a lot of reviews they just open it up and stuff it in, and you don't really see the process. So there it is. Take our 200-degree water heated by Bonavita electric kettle, and you just wet the filter, rinsing it. And you're doing two things here. You're getting rid of all that flavor I was telling you about, the bad flavors, and you're also pre-warming the cup, so there's not a huge temperature change when you start your brew process. Okay, great. I get to review this nice card it comes with, which basically tells me that for 8 ounces, which is about what my mug is, we're gonna do 13 grams of coffee. The Baratza Seti, one of the things I love about it is it actually has a weight scale on it, so I can tell it exactly what to brew. So, hit it. $13 grams. So now I'm going to do my test. I've pre-wetted the filter, got all the water through it into the cup. The cup is nice and warm, and I'm going to taste it, tell you what it tastes like, just the water. Cardboard. Okay, cardboard flavor removed. We're ready to go ahead and brew it all up. Put that back up to 200. I'm going to go ahead and dump the grounds. We have 13 grams of grounds here from the Baratza. Put that in there. And then you have this tank holder, which you place on top at this point. And you can remove the lid because you have to pour some hot water in there. And here we go. And for this, it says, we refer to our card here, and it says for 8 ounces of water is what I want to do. So they have a nice little marker right here on the side. Makes it very easy to find out how much you're putting in. A little over 8. There we go. And then we just wait. If you want to see what it's doing, it's doing a good job of distributing all the water and soaking all the grounds and making coffee. And if you want to retain the heat, you're supposed to place this lid back on. And underneath you can see what it's doing as well. It only has one hole, so it's a fairly simple process there. It doesn't have 3 holes, nothing can get clogged, any of that kind of stuff. So I do want to emphasize that this card is great. It's got a nice little cheat sheet on it, and I don't know about you, but I always have to remember how many tablespoons per ounce of water I want to do, and SCAA guidelines. This is great because I just look at it and go, I want 8 ounces. Oh, 8 ounces, it's 13 grams. Oh, I want 12 ounces. Oh, 12 ounces, 20 grams. I don't have to think about it. It's just right there, so I really enjoy this card, actually. Even if I was to ever lose this, I think I would keep the card. Okay, so the brew process is done. It has, as you see, it's still dripping, so thank goodness they have this drip tray. We just flip that over, put that there until it's ready for us to handle. I think it's pretty easy, actually. You just take this and I have a compost bin, I just dump it right in there. But here is the coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and try it out and tell you what it tastes like. Okay, I got the coffee brewed. Now it's time to taste it, see how it does. This is Ethiopian geisha that I distributed at GCBC last year at some point. It's a natural geisha, which if you're familiar with geisha coffees, they have a nice tea-like flavor. This has nice fruit in there as well, like a lot of it, and it's also a little more body to it because it's natural processed. It's one of my favorite coffees of all time. It's in there in the top 10, I would say. But let's try it out and see how it came out. Amazing.